To tell you, I quit smoking.
Again?
Yeah, like a week and a half ago.
So what's this, 31 times?
Nope. Like, this is, like, done. Like, I haven't even taken any of Becky's. These are just for my oral fixation.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, viewers of all preferably 18 and older ages, get your earholes ready and listen in as we talk about music, movies, technology, video games, live bands, cameras. We welcome you to Insert Podcast Here, starring your hosts Tech Nate and Rusty Sheriff's Badge. So take your seats and crack open a cold one. Coming to you live in the IPH studio. Insert Podcast Here starts right now.
We all know Squeeze Easy is watching porn, and that's why I'm dropping frames.
What kind of porn is it? It makes a difference.
You have to ask him. Squeeze Easy?
I'm not going to acknowledge.
You probably should. It just makes you look more guilty if you don't.
It does it?
Oh, yeah.
So crack open a cold one.
Why is it such a tiny screen?
Who this? Who this?
Who dat?
Who that?
Can I get the chat over here?
Nope.
Right, meow?
Okay. So demanding.
Give it to me, Nathan.
Oh my. Oh my. Let everybody roll in for a moment. Roll out.
So, yeah.
What's going on here?
We're just going to sit here and quiet. Let people roll in.
I ain't talking about that.
You tell me about that.
No, look. Oh, you can't see.
I'm not looking at your porn. Quit trying to make me.
No, look. Here,
Welcome to the chat room.
I'll turn it. Look at this.
All right.
This is... You got Twitch open?
Super duper. What's that?
You got Twitch?
Oh, I can.
Your personal?
No.
You should.
I'm under us.
And then host. Thanks. Same
Give
for
me a
you.
minute.
This is all I got.
Give me a minute.
I don't know why it's only that. I did.
Oh, scroll up.
Here. Oh, my bad. Well, still, even...
Oh.
I don't know what this is. What do you want me to do? Get on my own Twitch?
No, you're logged in. Never mind. Just never mind. Try to get it to work first.
I don't remember my password. I don't remember my password. Let's try that shit.
Scroll down there.
Damn it.
This is really weird.
Fuck.
Squeeze Easy is an umbrella right now.
All right.
It works better off this pad. I don't know why I brought this damn thing.
Bing. Nope.
It's muted. Everything's muted.
Oh, here we go.
Thank you. Oh, what the hell did you do now?
Well, I had to.
It's gone. Oh, there it is.
All right. Let's do this. We're back. Guys,
About fucking time.
big fucking show. Insert podcast here, season 2, fucking episode 9. 9.
I don't think anyone ripped ass. I don't know what the hell that noise was.
No, that was us moving the camera and the
Oh.
laptop.
Yeah.
If I ripped ass, I'd definitely blame it on
I wouldn't
Rusty.
be here right now.
Definitely blame it on Rusty. Anyway, insert podcast here. Special guest, Squeeze Neezy. This other fucking ugly guy, Rusty Sheriff's Badge, and myself, Tech Nate.
Oh, hang on. Before we get started.
At least mess up my hair.
Hey, wait, it looks like my arm is Tony's arm now.
Everybody see this?
Hey.
$5.
Hey.
$5.
$5 make me holla.
Get that shit out of the way right now.
As I'm sure most of you know,
Yeah.
we had a friendly wager of $5. 5 beautiful dollars.
Yep.
That's going to buy
Spend it all in one place.
my girlfriend half of dinner tonight. That there was or was not going to be any kind of reveal for the next gen Sony console.
Nothing at all, and I can't fucking believe it.
Nada.
Especially after watching the Microsoft conference and then the Bethesda conference, where Microsoft he had talked about how the hardware engineers were working on the next generation Xboxes, and then Bethesda showed off 2 previews for next gen games. I thought for sure Sony was gonna fucking do something, but they didn't. So I'm an asshole.
6-inch sub, actually.
Yeah.
Mario.
Can't
So
get a
damn
full
it.
one for $5.
No.
What's this world coming to?
Chicken bacon ranch is like $6 at bare minimum.
Yeah.
You add bacon, it's 13.
Yeah.
Because they know. It's like gas in your car. You gotta have bacon.
Absolutely.
I can't eat bacon. It'll kill me.
You know,
you
I seen
Jewish?
some pictures of you the other day.
It'll kill
Looks
me.
like you've been eating a lot of bacon.
Shut the fuck up, asshole. It's what's the thing? It's like I replaced bacon with all this craft beer. So now I'm getting fucking man titties. So, anyways,
Anyway,
insert podcast here. This is our post E3 kind of like our opinions, analysis, reviews type thing, stuff like that. We got Squez Dog here.
Yo.
He's gonna kind of help us along going over everything because it was just so much to really go over. So yeah, let's fucking kick it off.
So good.
you know, I'm gonna kick it off quick first. Anybody watching, put it in the chat right now. What was your favorite moment of E3, and what was your favorite game
Yep.
of
And
E3?
we will pull that out after we get everyone's submissions and stuff like that. So
Well, I have to give it to her 6 times too. So no, just playing.
yeah. So anyways,
12.
I don't think any of us watched the EA show just because fucking
Did they show
There was-
anything about Battlefield?
there was.
You know,
They did a little bit. I mean, obviously, of course they did, but it wasn't anything astounding. You know, it's pretty much what we expect.
My greatest thing from AE, the new Star Wars game. EA.
apparently he's
Why am I-
dyslexic tonight. Hold on. Watch
Sorry.
this.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. New Star Wars game announced.
Just because he's dyslexic today,
Yeah.
so is his name.
Fantastic. Can we start that over? Cut.
Okay, try again.
EA. When they went and I can't. No, the new Star Wars game revealed in development.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm there.
The one that bridges
Yes.
3 and 4.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't say it would totally bridge the two movies.
I'm pretty sure that's actually what they said though. Is it's
Is
supposed to
it?
bridge 3 and 4?
I know they said
Yeah,
it
they
was
did.
in
They did.
between,
Yeah.
but there's so much stuff going on in between those two movies. There was already a game, if you remember, Force Unleashed 1 and 2. That was in between those two.
Those were kind of offshoots, though. I mean, they weren't really 100% tied in, I didn't think. Whereas, like, Battlefront 2 was tied in pretty much right before, what was it? What was Battlefront 2 tied in? I can't remember exactly what it was.
That
Was
was,
it
oh, man.
I think it was Rogue One. It was it should have tied in right before Rogue One or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but I mean, if that's a good way to kind of get your story and stuff like that. A lot of people, they're after like the graphic novels and stuff like that they want to get, but all that non-canon stuff, it's not part of everything, was kind of written off by Disney and everybody. So now I don't know.
I still don't understand, like, why wouldn't something? I guess it has to be approved by George Lucas to be part of canon.
No,
right?
not anymore.
No?
No.
Oh, because Disney owns it.
Yeah, Disney owns everything now. So,
but everything that was approved before Disney, they had to like reanalyze everything. Is that right? You know what I mean?
Yeah. They went through and determined what was canon, what wasn't. So, but anyways, there wasn't really a whole lot out of the EA presser, and I kind of glanced over everything and stuff like that. Yeah, some DLC, like Rise was saying, but I mean, there wasn't any big heavy hitters or anything like that. So, I feel like EA or E3 really kicked off with Microsoft's press conference, and Microsoft had a doozy of a press conference, a fucking doozy. They pretty much did exactly what I wanted them to do, was really just kind of hammer down and say, we're super dedicated to this and stuff like that. And they had 50 games they kind of showed off in some form, whether it be like a little montage or they mentioned it and everything like that. But the biggest thing for me, because I've talked about this a couple times, is I wanted them to show how they are really kind of staying true to the whole gaming thing and saying, we're going to invest in first party, we're going to do this. So they ended up purchasing 4 studios and opening up another, which I think is kind of weird, because they just, they did shut down a couple studios and cancel a couple games, and then they buy 4 studios and open up another one. I'm not really sure why that was or whatever. But anyways, one of the big ones they picked up was Ninja Theory. That was surprising, because they just announced, like, I don't know, less than a month ago or something like that Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice was going to come to Xbox One. And that was a huge game for PlayStation and stuff like that. So once it came to Xbox One, they must have signed some sort of deal. They ended up picking them up. Ninja Theory is known for Heavenly Sword on the PS3, the DMC, the Devil May Cry remake for PS3, 360, and PC, and then, of course, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. They also bought Playground Games. Of course they did. I mean, Playground Games they're only known for the Forza Horizon series that spans from 360 to Xbox One. So, of course they bought them. Like, why wouldn't they? They already own Turn 10, which makes the Forza Motorsports one. So then they got Undead Labs, known for State of Decay 1 and 2. Compulsion Games, they made a game for PS4 at launch called Contrast, and then they have a game coming out here shortly that's supposed to be multi-platform. It's called We Happy Few. I don't know if that's going to affect the multi-platform portion of it. I don't think it will, because when Microsoft bought Mojang or whatever the fuck it was, they allowed Minecraft to be on every platform still, so whatever. And then the studio initiative, which is interesting, that's located in Santa Monica. If you look at like some of the big name game devs and stuff like that, like Sony, everybody, shit like that, they're all located in Santa Monica. So a lot of people there that are like within arm's reach of each other. So somebody leaves this studio, they're just a walk down the street to go to another, get hired at this new place. But this initiative place is led by the former head of Crystal Dynamics, who took over development of the Tomb Raider franchise in 2003. So, I mean, that's pretty big. That shows a real commitment to, their first-party offerings. They know. That's them saying, okay, we're sorry, our first-party stuff isn't as strong as it should be. This is our commitment to you, that we're going to be providing this kind of content. So, and then with all the third-party support they had, I mean, they made, 18 different or 15 world premieres of third-party games. That shows that third-party companies, whether it be EA or Ubisoft or all them, are committed to supporting Microsoft, and that's a huge thing for them. Allowing Microsoft to debut their games for them is kind of it's a big step for them, saying that, okay, we are committed to gaming, and we're not going anywhere, and we have all these third-party people working alongside of us. 'Cause, I mean, look what happened to the Wii U. They lost third-party support, and that thing tanked hard. So good on them. I thought they did everything they really needed to, and up until yesterday, I talked to you over the phone.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was for me. I thought it was a tie between Microsoft and Bethesda. But I'm gonna give the E3 win to Microsoft for how their presentation went and stuff like that. It was nice and solid all the way through. They debuted a whole bunch of stuff. They didn't really focus too hard on anything except for Forza Horizon. They went really in depth on that. Kind of felt like it dragged out for too much, but I mean, there's, point A to point B, they fucking killed it. So I'm gonna give the win to Microsoft this year.
I gotta say they're the ones that came out with the teaser of Battletoads, is that right?
Yep.
I'm kind of pumped for that.
Yeah. They didn't really show anything, but it's like, holy fuck, Battletoads finally.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty cool for all, because you look at the demographic for games nowadays, it's all of us, all the guys that grew up playing, Nintendo and Super Nintendo
Right.
and all that stuff. So seeing Battlefields on stage, they know what they're doing. It's like, fuck, I haven't played that in forever,
I was actually pretty excited about Fallout 76. I don't know about you guys. That looked pretty awesome.
Absolutely. Going through the Bethesda stuff, I was hoping, I liked what they showed of it during the Microsoft presser, but going through Bethesda's press conference, stuff like that, they really went in depth on it, surprised a whole bunch of people. But the way they did it was kind of strange because it was like, we're going to do it like this, but now we understand this is going to be controversial, so let's explain ourselves, that kind of thing. So it was like they knew they were going to get blowback from that, but they handled it really, really well. So
Scenario says in chat the Battletoads will be an Xbox exclusive.
Which
Yeah.
is kind of a bummer.
That would almost be a reason to buy Xbox.
yeah, I mean, fucking
for me.
hell yes. So yeah, Bethesda was the next one that I watched, and that was fucking great. Well, actually, real quick, let's go over the first party stuff that Microsoft talked about. They teased Halo Infinite. Not a whole lot of information on that. Not really sure what's going on. All we know is that it's Master Chief again, so everyone will get it. And then they showed some gameplay of Ori and the Will of the Wisps, which is the sequel to, or not, I don't know if it's a sequel, but it's the follow-up to Ori and the Blind Forest or whatever. Then they actually showed gameplay from Crackdown 3, which just got delayed again to February of 2019. So everyone thought that game was going to get canceled. And then they did the Forza Horizon 4 extended demo, which looked really neat, by the way. If anyone's interested in open world driving games, Forza Horizon 4 is kind of a big deal. You might like it.
Yep.
And then they did a really strange, triple thing for Gears, where they announced a Funko Pop game. And they announced a real-time strategy game, Gears Tactics. And then they announced Gears 5, which looks like just more Gears. So people that are happy with the formula will appreciate all that stuff. So, then they capped off with the announcement of CD Projekt Red's Cyberpunk 2077, which everyone has been waiting for. All sorts of people. So, I mean, they did one hell of a job. They had pretty much covered all their bases. What's out now, what's coming for these things that are out now in the future, and then what's coming down the pipeline, and all sorts of different stuff from third party. I mean, they covered everything. So yeah.
How many release dates did they send out there? I'm trying to find it, but I can't.
As far as their games and stuff?
Yeah.
Crackdown 3 got February 22nd, which is going to be one hell of a day for gaming.
Yeah.
I think just over the entirety of E3, there was 5 or 6 games that are landing on February 22nd, 2019. So there's going to be some shifting around, I guarantee you. But not much else as far as release dates, I don't think, for any of the big hitters. But yeah,
Did you watch Microsoft?
I didn't watch Microsoft again because I got switched to third shift, so I was sleeping through that pretty much. And Bethesda, which I tried to get up for, but
Well, I ended up working Saturday, so that ruined all my plans for anything to watch that day. Ubisoft had quite a show.
absolutely.
I
deep
did
dive.
miss quite a few bits and pieces. I caught a lot of the key points. They made the official announcements for half a dozen or more games. Obviously, my favorite is going to be the Division 2. You were really intrigued by raids.
Yes, raids, 8-person raids in Division 2. That's going to pull me back in to the division.
Well, I think another thing that might help pull you back in as well is they're going to fix the sponginess. Remember in Division, you could just unload on these guys, and it'd take forever. Hey, what's going on, Griffin? They take so many bullets. They're promising to fix that.
Well, that'd be
on
great.
Division 2. So that's a big deal for me too, because that got really stale really fast.
Yeah.
We can come back to Division 2, but a few other games that Ubisoft announced or revealed was Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Looks so good.
Looks great, by the way.
So very good.
Very colorful, very vibrant. Everything looks like just super good. Combat looks tasty as hell, man.
Very tasty.
I don't know. I might jump back into fucking Assassin's Creed. I have no idea.
What'd you think of it?
I'm definitely getting it.
Juicy.
Very juicy. Even though I haven't done the Origins yet, which is on sale, which I'm probably going to buy.
Yeah, you should probably get that on that Ubi sale.
Yeah. Gold is like only $50.
Nice. Beyond Good and Evil 2, they got another trailer. I remember watching the first one thinking, I don't know why I've never played this kind of stuff. It looks really, really interesting to me.
No.
Squeeze Kneesy, you're probably going to like this one. Just Dance 2019.
It's good. It's good exercise.
If I buy the game, would you play it on our show?
On the show?
Yep.
Can I practice first?
One time, 10 minutes.
Before? Right before you go on?
We pick the song.
No. Maybe. I don't know.
I'll give you the game when we're done.
Ooh. Might be worth it.
What else? Skull and Bones. That was a big talker.
Yep. Actually, that has me curious.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm not interested at all in Sea of Thieves, but I am interested in Skull and Bones. I have no idea why. Just because it's more realistic looking. I don't fucking know. I have no idea. But
I want to jump back into the Division 2. There's a big thing that I think is going to catch a lot of people's attention was free DLC for year one. Mm-hmm. 3 episodes.
Yeah.
All will be free.
And that is that's not like Ubisoft at all.
Right. I think they're starting to steer that way with a lot of games though. Yeah. A lot of people will probably burn out just like you were from microtransactions and whatnot. Anyway, 3 free episodes of year one. I don't think they said anything outside of year one. But I would put money on it that it'll probably be the same situation afterwards.
Yeah, it depends on how it pans out. If all this stuff that they're giving away for free keeps the player count, climbing throughout year one, they'll probably do the same thing for year 2.
Yep. Another thing was when you reach level cap in Division 2, you're going to get access to 3 progression trees or specialization systems: sharpshooter, survivalist, and demolitionist, which is actually pretty sweet.
Sharpshooter.
That was kind of disheartening when you hit the level cap in Division. I don't even know if you did.
I don't. Well, maybe the first, because they increased it, didn't they?
Well, you hit level 30. How did that work? You hit level 30 and capped out. I don't actually know if that ever changed, but they added something. I can't remember now. It's been so damn long since I played. Because
I'll explain to you the way it works in Destiny, where you have a hard level up to 30, and then but your gear can get you a higher power level. You know what I mean? So it'll still make you stronger. Your actual base level determines the type of gear you can carry, and then the gear you carry determines your actual strength and stuff like that.
Right.
So that's kind of the way the Division was.
It kind of sounds similar, yeah.
But it kept you locked in. This happened in Destiny also, where it was the same people, or a bunch of people were wearing pretty much the same gear with different shaders and carrying the same weapons and stuff like that. It's and it kind of makes it just meh, I'm tired of seeing the same hunters and the same this, that, and the other thing wearing the same gear. They just have different colors on, that kind of thing. So that was one thing that's another thing too, is I think Destiny burned me out on the Division, kind of, inadvertently. So, whatever.
Did we skip Dying Light?
No, not yet. We're not there.
I'm
yet.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I thought that was.
So, I guess I should have said this right away. Most of you guys probably already know. Division was in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're in Washington, D.C.
DC,
That's
yep.
exciting to me for this reason. New York was claustrophobic, in a sense, like tall buildings everywhere.
Yeah.
From what we've seen, there's going to be a lot of open world.
Yeah.
So, it's going to change it up a lot, too.
How about that awesome fucking totally non-scripted gamer chatter that they have?
I know.
They do this all
Megan.
the time. It's like nobody that plays your games fucking talks like
Exactly.
that. We do not talk to each other like that. It's always like, okay, we're gonna go over here, guys, and like, what the fuck are you doing? Get over here! Like, I was looking at this bush. Like, I thought it moved, like, I don't understand. Like, nobody talks like that. It would be so boring if every squad talked to themselves,
Exactly.
talked to
No
each other
one
like that,
talks
dude.
like
It's like,
that.
oh my
Yep.
God.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Well, they do that quite often, though, any strategically based multiplayer or whatever.
Talking about being out of touch with your player base, it's like, get some real people up there to fucking scream at each other while they're doing this stuff, It's like, I'm fucking down! Come get me!
So, with
I was saying that a lot.
the raids in this game, what do you think the best part of that is about it?
As far as the raids,
About
or
having raids.
I just it depends on how well they implement everything and stuff like that. If they make it super team based, because this game can shine by being a really team oriented game, where I'll compare it to Destiny, where you do a raid and you have 6 people in the raid. Those 6 people have to work so tight with each other. Each person has to be doing something for the team
Right.
every second of the raid. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if they kind of implement that, it doesn't really matter the arrangement. It'll still be fun because you're engaged so heavily with 7 other people.
Right.
Like, as long as they keep that, where it's like you don't go in with 8 people and 3 go and fuck off and do this and 2 go and do this. It just makes it not fun. Make those 8 people work together to do everything, and you can make it an engaging experience. So that's the thing I want them to do the most. So I can't wait to jump in and try it.
I'm pretty curious how that, because I've never been in a raid with like a shooter. I've always been in a raid, WoW and Neverwinter and all that. I'm always a tank because I'm good at it. I mean, I'll take damage all day and what. So I'm like, is there a lot of difference in how that like the shooter games function as far as people's roles?
Essentially what it is like, because in like shooters, like, well, I'll go with like Destiny and stuff like that. There isn't really like a healer per se, but there is like Titans that pop bubbles to kind of protect people every once in a while and stuff like that. So it's not like someone following you around kind of healing and someone running in there taking damage or anything like that. It's like there's really not a single person that'll go out there and be the sponge, but it's basically just 6 people working towards the same common goal and constantly scrambling. It's like, okay, we got these 3 people that are on, they're like killing ads. These 3 people are completing the objective, or like these 2 go here, these 2 go here, these 2 go here. What are you good at? What are you good at? Okay, I can do this, I can do that. I can jump best, so I'll do this jump puzzle for everybody. That kind of thing. You know what I mean?
So I can be a decoy. Like, what are you good at? I'll run out and get shot. You guys go do what you got.
Well, like me right now, like my biggest thing is like you give me something in Destiny, and then I'll do it to the best of my ability. But what I really like to do is I really like to just go through and just kill enemies. So if there's portions where it's like, okay, we're gonna go do this stuff, somebody needs to sit back here and just kill shit, and I'll just kill shit. So because like I got the whole jumping stuff, like I can jump and do this and spin and shoot, and that's the part that really I enjoy, So like you'll kind of find your little niche and you'll go into it and stuff like that. It's just really it's all about jumping in, playing, realizing you're with the wrong team, finding certain people, and then building that team that's perfect for the raid that just kind of balances everybody else. You know what I mean? So I mean, yeah, that's essentially what it's going to be. Like, raids are supposed to be fucking hard as hell.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to take a lot of teamwork, and I hope they do that.
Take hours for one raid.
So Griffin says the most interesting thing to him would be if they could somehow diversify the raids so much that, specifically given the group makeup, you'd end up taking a different route to the boss every time. All explosive agents will naturally be designed to go away.
To go way A.
and 3 explosives, 2 snipers, and 3 whatever the other was are designed to go route. Blah blah blah. If you get me.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, which would be kind of cool if they did it that way, where it's
Right.
like, okay, well, now at this point we got to split up. It's like, all right, we need these 2 people. Okay, do you have explosives? Like, yeah, I got explosives. Okay, you're fucking going this way. That kind of thing. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
but also doing it that way and restricting it to that point where it's like you need, like if you build it around, you have to have, 2 of these people and 2 of these people and 2 of these people and then 2 kind of stragglers. Then it'll lose its traction.
When was the demo coming out for that?
I don't know. I really didn't catch it. Like I said, when I was watching the Ubisoft presser, I was at work finishing up some stuff. So
There's a
Anyone know
beta.
when that beta comes out?
I got the email saying that you're registered. It didn't really give a date for me.
I don't remember. Anyway, I'm kind of curious, but I feel like they're going to throw a raid into the beta because that was one of the highlights of the game, I think. We'll see, though.
that'd be tough to do because then the secret would be out and all that stuff.
Well, anyway, The Division 2,
Yep.
it's going to be out March 15th of 2019. I would suspect beta
Dude,
in late fall.
January, February, and March are so fucking packed.
Yeah, I know. So is October, November this year.
October,
Holy
November.
shit. No,
yeah.
I'm telling. No, this is abnormal.
Right.
How packed it is because not only do we have a bunch of games, big games announced on February 22nd alone, there was other games that are saying February. So it's like the whole month of February is going to be packed. Then you got January, Resident Evil 2 is going to take up all my time. And then fucking going into March, I mean, it's not stopping. It's probably not going to stop until June where you kind of see that lull because everyone's actually going outside to see the sun.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, as Rise just said, February games will get moved, and I can almost fucking guarantee it.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way they're all going to want to launch it the same day. They're probably all calling each other right now, like, February 22nd? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'd anticipate November for the beta, too. I did sign up for that. And what was the other one?
Absolutely, Rise. I agree
I don't
with
remember
that.
the other one that they had. So anyway, that's Division 2.
What? Rise says, I think it's hilarious no games are going anywhere near Red Dead 2. Fucking would you?
Yeah, right.
Would anybody?
Right.
Like, holy crap. Like, no way, man.
Well, I mean, Assassin's Creed is like 20 days before, 21 days, because it's
Yeah.
October 5th, and then
When is the Red Dead release?
26th October.
October 26th?
Yeah.
Yeah, when's Call of Duty?
Probably November.
No.
No, it's
First time ever, October.
Are you
yeah,
serious?
it is
Holy
October.
shit.
I want to say that was around the
I think
20th
it was the
or
same
something.
day.
Is it?
Damn near.
They can't be that
Ooh.
dumb.
Ooh, that's a bad move
No one's.
I don't
mean,
think so. There's
What?
too many fucking fanboys of Call of Duty.
for Call of Duty.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Man.
know about that.
There's people like me who can appreciate maybe a Call of Duty game once in a while, but
I know, but that's going to cut out a lot of like the stragglers that play other games, like me. Like I buy Call of Duty, play the campaign.
right.
So if there's a huge,
doesn't mean you're not going to get it though. You know what I mean?
it does. I typically never buy like 2 games at a time. I'll like if I'm looking for a new game, I buy one and then I wait until I'm done and I get another one.
I gotta look.
I think it's
Yeah.
like,
Okay. October 12th is Call of Duty.
Okay, 12.
I think it's like 2 or 3 weeks after that is Fallout 76. Yeah.
Oh, Red Dead comes out on a Friday. That's perfect.
Mhm.
Yeah. Skull and Bones is the other one that I signed up for.
No. So you brought up Dying Light earlier.
I did because I wasn't expecting it. I mean, I probably could have looked at the list, but I didn't want to look at any list of what was going to be released. I want to be surprised, and I gotta say, wow,
Did you play Dying Light?
yes,
Yeah, I loved it. Never finished it though because
I didn't.
We played
yet.
we played pretty much the entire thing co-op, but then we found out that the trophies were broken towards the end, so we stopped playing, and then we never got back together to finish it.
Well,
Then everyone else kind of went on and finished and stuff like that, and I never actually finished the game, but I loved it. I thought it was great.
yeah, it's so good. And this one is like, I loved how they presented. Well, you can give these guys their water, or
Mhm.
you can agree to these guys.
Yeah, like-
but somebody's going to be.
Yeah, the decisions you make as far as resources go have an effect on your end game, like later on. Anyways, you know, it's like, are you just going to give the water away for free to these people and make them happy, and enrich the neighborhoods, or are you going to fucking give it to these people and then have it be like a resource, a commodity kind of thing? You know what I mean? So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I need to jump back in on the first one definitely before that.
I need to
comes out.
finish it. Is what I need.
Well,
to
that's
do.
what I'm saying. I haven't finished it either. I'm not even sure how close I am,
I
but
had it. What did I ever do with that?
I don't know. You and I played together for a
Very,
little bit.
very briefly.
Well.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened to me with that game. It
was
looked
so good.
incredible, and I just never got into it.
How far did you get in it?
Not far.
What about you, Tony?
Second city.
Okay.
Around.
So I think Rise and I stopped towards the end. I mean, we're probably within hours of completing the game, I think. But he says he wants to jump back in, so I think I'll do that. Actually, I'll probably co-op with him again. Just got to relearn all the controls.
I'm making it an like it's got to happen. I got to start playing Division again.
Yeah.
Like I got to. You got that yet?
Yeah, I'm with you too.
We need to
because
get
I'm
in
only on level like 28.
I want
29.
to start from scratch
Oh,
with all the new updates. I want a fresh.
You mean you want to create a new character and go through?
Yes, I want a fresh outlook on the game.
Damn.
Like I don't want to start with what I have.
Yeah.
I do have a lot.
Yeah.
And that's what sucks. But like, to me, the game was ruined no matter what I did every time I jumped into it. Maybe I'll try it initially with my character, but you know, I'd like to start from scratch and just go through the thing. It wasn't hard to get to level 30 really, so
Yeah.
or whatever they have now. I don't know if they changed that, but yeah, that's what we talk about it pretty much every week, a little bit at least. I really need to crack down and get into it. I gotta finish Far Cry. I'm well over 2/3 of the way done. I'm gonna platinum that, and it's Division from here on out.
Cool.
I got to get back into that.
Cool.
Days Gone.
Yeah.
They made an official release date.
Mm-hmm.
Finally.
And what was it?
What was it? Pushed 2.5 years now?
What was the official release date?
This time? Or the last 23 times?
No, this time. What's the
I
actual
don't remember.
release
It
date?
was February something.
22nd.
Yeah.
It's one of the big ones that's landed.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I'm kind of on the fence about it. I think it looks great and stuff like that, but I'm going to stay reserved and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens. I don't know if it's going to be a day one purchase for me, but like I said, we'll see what
It
happens.
seems like the last trailer I watched, I don't know if you watched it or not, Days Gone. I don't know if you still at the show.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening.
Booty calling over there.
No, there's no booty call. I'm trying to get people to watch.
So, it seems like the trailer that was most recent was played down a lot from the original highly strung, super intense demo where you're getting chased by hundreds and hundreds of these things.
And I think that was a bit of a misstep on their part because that was like the super exciting part. If it's like the thing I loved about like Left 4 Dead is that it was like hordes and hordes of zombies over. It was just fucking crazy in your face type shit. And I thought Days Gone was going to be like that continuously, and I was okay with that. And then but now they're kind of stepping back and like, okay, no, we have a fully developed story. We're doing this, that, and the other thing. And so it's like, okay, there's going to be a lot more for me to dive into on this thing than I originally had expected, which could be great. I mean, it could turn out to be one of the better games this generation, but I'm going to wait and see, wait till reviews come out and make my decision and stuff like that. But I'm just kind of on the fence right now about it.
Right. All right. So,
I want to talk about Bethesda.
hold on.
Yeah, there was
Okay.
one
Can I
major
ask
thing
you
about
your
Bethesda.
opinions?
Yeah.
Can I ask you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm going to ask you?
I have no idea.
It's a remake.
Okay.
Give me a little
Did you
tangent.
didn't see my response during the PlayStation presser? I was streaming with
We're
Rise.
talking, no. I didn't
His
watch you
face
guys.
was blushing so hard.
Dude, like fucking heart
Oh,
just
yeah.
beating out of my chest.
I doubt anyone is clueless as to what we're talking about. The Resident Evil 2 remake.
Resident fucking Evil 2.
Fucking 2.
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
remake.
Fucking-
Oh my god. So you read my note then.
Oh, I read it.
So anyways, dude, Resident Evil 2 is by far out of all like the OG Resident Evil games my favorite one of all time. And I had no idea what I was watching. I had kind of tiny little idea because I was like, what the fuck? It's like this thing scurrying around and stuff like that, and then it gets attacked, and I'm like, oh.
So you had no idea that this was coming.
No, I saw in the leak that it was going to happen. I knew Resident Evil 2 was being remade, but I didn't know it was going to be like this. I didn't know they were going to use the Resident Evil 7 engine.
Right.
And just totally revamp the whole thing. But holy fucking shit, dude. I am so pumped for that. It was like, at that point there, they could have shut the whole thing down and just walked off the stage, and I was done. I was done. I was spent, man. Yep. So, oh my God, dude. I am
Did you see
so
it?
fucking excited.
I was distracted by his reaction. It was
dude,
I'm like, shut up.
Man, I played Resident Evil 2 so much. I used to speed run. I don't know if I told you this. I used to speed run all the Resident Evil games. Yeah. But back in the day, I never actually had a way of recording it. Dude, that's why I was so excited to do the Resident Evil 7 speed run.
Yep.
And so I'm definitely speed running this game.
Which, by the way, if anyone ever wants to watch that, we do have. We did a live stream one night. Yeah. And put the recording up on my YouTube channel. Go check it out. Technate. I think it's down in the bottom. Rusty did it in under 2 hours.
Yeah, it was like an hour and like 50 some minutes or some shit.
It's on my YouTube channel. Go check it out. It's actually a lot of fun.
Yeah, I speed run every Resident Evil, dude. So I can guarantee you I'll be doing another speed run of Resident Evil 2.
We ought to just make that a thing where you just come over and speed run that shit.
I will.
Yeah, we'll stream it now. Yep.
I'll bring my harmonica.
The fuck?
Harmonica. For background, we'll be like, never mind.
How about a witch did you?
A what?
A witch did you?
I don't know what that is.
Does anybody know what a witch did you is?
God damn.
Is it like a jug?
I'm not telling you what it is.
Can I jump into Bethesda now? I'm so fucking pumped.
Well, I probably won't get a chance to say goodbye because everything's gonna shut down over this tangent.
Oh my God!
But let's hit Bethesda now, yo. Help them out here, buddy.
One of my favorite publishers is Bethesda. They have some of the best fucking developers.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, you talk about the things like fucking Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Wolfenstein, Doom, all that shit. I mean, dude, like they're unstoppable, and they had like what was it, the 3 best games of 2017. So they just kind of followed it up and talked about all these different things and stuff like that. But it was like, it started off weird. It started off with a very strange Andrew WK live performance, which I thought was ridiculous.
I still didn't see that.
And it was to announce, not really announce, but show off gameplay of Rage 2. But it's like, why didn't they just do the gameplay demo over top of Andrew WK's live performance?
Yeah, that was very awkward.
It was bonkers. But then they went into Rage 2, and it was like, holy shit! You got to see all sorts of like the mechanics, like all the different types of abilities you got and stuff like that. And it looks absolutely insane. I love it. It's so fast paced. There's all sorts of different shit. Like it's not just your weapons, but how you interact with everybody, and like the boomerang, dude. I'm gonna be using the boomerang so fucking much in that game. But I mean, the grenades were fantastic. The enemy reactions were great. It looks gorgeous. I am very excited for that game. But like I said, I think they should have just done the Andrew WK performance over top of that, because it was like a 5-6 minute performance of just this, him just bouncing around on stage. Like, I didn't want to see any of that.
But they did the audience shoots where everybody was like,
"What the fuck is going on?" So, but yeah, then they kind of had like a hit and miss type thing going, where after that they came out and they started talking about Elder Scrolls Legends, which is their card game that's going to be coming to consoles and PC with like an upgraded interface and stuff like that. So anyone that's interested in their card game, I don't know if anyone here is, but it's going to happen for consoles and stuff like that. So then they went over DLC plans for their hugely popular, their MMORPG Elder Scrolls Online. I had no idea this game was so big.
Dude, it's huge.
Kind of made like to play with. Just having them talk about it though, like they did great. Just having them talk about it, I was looking up the price of it and stuff like that. I wanted to see how much it would be to get into it. Still a little hazy on that. I haven't asked anybody really, but I saw that the latest version was $40. But does that come with the complete game plus the add-on?
I think right now, I know that if you order the Somerset online, they give you like the pre-order. They give you the Morrowind also, and I'm pretty sure that comes with full game.
Really? For $40?
Yeah. Is it? Yeah, because you can't buy just the Morrowind. I mean, you could separately, but they also have that, with the full game. That's about like 30, about $40 itself too. So it's worth it. I bought my gold edition, and that was down to like $39.99 when I got it. So
is it good though? Now, are you a fan of the series like Elder Scrolls? Have you played them?
Okay.
Morrowind,
Here's the
Oblivion,
thing.
stuff like that.
I first started playing at Oblivion when I had, a 360, and I was like, this it's no good, whatever. For some reason, Skyrim caught my eye because I saw it at E3, and I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize it was an Elder Scrolls game up until I'm like, why do I love this game so much and didn't like the Oblivion? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the online, it's awesome. I like it.
Yeah.
I love it. I do want to get,
Do you want some more of it?
Jesus.
I try so hard.
Yeah. So I might jump into it at some point, but
let me know if you do, man, because
I'm going to need some sort of guidance from somebody. So
all right.
Yeah, if I do give it a shot, I don't know how devoted I am going to be to it and stuff like that. But
are you guys going to steal cuddle time from me?
Yes. Then one of the best games. One of the best games of 2016 that I played, last year or whatever, Doom, the reboot,
Loved
is
it.
getting a sequel, Doom Eternal. They just kind of did a quick little snippet of it, stuff like that. It wasn't any gameplay shit like that. I fucking loved Doom. It was so good. But anyways, they talked about how they're actually going to give more info at QuakeCon this year, which runs from August 9th through the 12th. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to that event. That'll actually make me watch that event.
How come when I had Doom, like launch date, I bought it because I knew it was going to be so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't. Nobody else bought it. I'm like, I'm just trying to get everybody, but I tried to get Nate to buy it. I didn't know you had it.
It hit the back burner for me for some reason. I played it. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, it was so good.
So much,
but none of my friends wanted to buy it and play it with me.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm pretty sure I platinumed
ridiculous.
it too. So, I mean, I was in it to win it, dude.
I don't know why I never did play that.
God, it's so fast paced and just fun, man. So, yeah, and then they have, I don't know if, do you ever play Quake at all? On PC?
A long time ago.
I don't think I'd ever be good at it, but they were talking about Quake Champions. There's going to be a trial running from June 10th to 17th of that game. And I don't know what somebody had said, like, if you get the trial afterwards, you can keep playing it or something. I don't know what the exact stipulations are there, but I'll have to look into it some more. But how about do we have any Prey fans? Did you got anybody play Prey?
Nope.
This recent one or whatever? That's
No.
getting some. It's getting a DLC map that has like this infinitely procedurally generated layout. So you go in, you do your thing, stuff like that, and survive however long you possibly can, and you die, and you go back into it, and it's completely different the next time. So that's kind of, I like when games do that and stuff. The thing about Prey, being able to kind of mimic certain things and stuff like that, transform into different things, it kind of gives you a, like they almost have to do a procedurally generated layout just to kind of have that DLC or whatever. They'll also be getting a new mode called Typhon Hunter for that's going to be where one player goes up against 5 other player-controlled mimics, which is going to be like jump scares galore, because like these people can turn into anything. They can turn into a fucking spray bottle or some shit like that, and then jump out and get you, that kind of thing or whatever. That's also going to be a VR part of their VR offering that they have too. So yeah, moving. I mean, they went to Wolfenstein 2. I don't know if you guys played Wolfenstein 2.
Dabbled in it. I've dabbled.
But Youngblood announced as a follow-up to Wolfenstein 2. It features B.J. Blazkowicz's twin daughters and will feature co-op, which is different for them because they were so heavy into single-player games. So having a co-op game is going to be, whatever. But Wolfenstein 2 is one of my favorite games of last year.
Mm-hmm.
So then they have Wolfenstein Cyberpilot coming out. You can take control of the Nazi mechanical things like the dogs and shit like that and whatever. And then they jumped into Fallout 76.
Yep.
So this is going to be huge.
Very.
Huge. It's going to be huge.
Looked incredible.
Yeah, absolutely did. I mean, it like I don't know if anyone here has played any of the Fallout games. I played Fallout 3, a little bit of New Vegas. I
say New
Fallout
Vegas
4.
is probably the only one that I jumped into.
Yeah. They'd always used the same engine essentially and just kind of up-res it, but changed a couple things here and there. But it looks like Fallout 76 was built on a completely new engine because it looks absolutely incredible. It does not look like, it looks like a Fallout game, but it doesn't because there's so much more going on. Everything's more detailed. It doesn't look like this kind of blocky, just mess of a game anymore. It looked rich and colorful and stuff like that. And they had talked about how they redid the engine for everything, and they went into a complete new feature set that I was not expecting at all. I mean, did you catch any of that?
No.
How it's going to be and stuff like that? Damn. I mean, it's going to be like online with a single, like an actual single player offering, but you jump in, you play your game, you're going to be on the map with, I think it was like 11 other people or something like that. So you're going to have like your NPCs to give you quests and stuff like that, but every other person you run into is actually going to be a player-controlled character on all dedicated servers. So from the ground up, they're doing dedicated servers across the board. You'll never know, like, you're in a server. You're just going to be in there, and you might run across people that might fight you, might help you. You can build bases together. You can scavenge for stuff together. I mean, it is absolutely crazy.
That makes it slightly more intriguing.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
The biggest thing, though, is, like, the whole thing behind Fallout was, like, nuclear war. What happened was it was just this one person launched a nuke at somebody else, and then it was, like, basically the U.S., China, and the USSR just launching nukes at everybody. And then a company called Vault-Tec had built these vaults underground for people to live in, and after a certain amount of time, they come out and they, reestablish life, anyways, Fallout 76 takes place in Vault 76, it was one of the original ones created. It was supposed to be like the best of the best, cream of the crop people. Well, then you kind of emerge from there and you hit the wasteland. You're going through and doing your thing. You can come across stuff where, like, you take down some sort of enemy or something like that, and it might have, like, a part of a code on them. So you keep the code. Then you go through, and as you're going along, you might get another code that coincides with the one you have. Eventually, you get enough codes, you can piece together a puzzle. You go down in this dungeon, you fight your way through a dungeon, you get down there, and you can input these codes and either, I think, destroy or launch a nuke to change the map for everybody else. Like, all these people could be out there building bases, and you could fucking nuke them, destroy everything, and then go in there and take all, like, the really high-powered, like, material and stuff like that for building your shit.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, so it's going to get ugly.
Nayo Gaming says in chat here that the Fallout 76 Helmet Collector's Edition is $200 up front.
Yes.
Wow.
If you've ever seen a Fallout game, at some point you've probably seen power armor.
Yep.
The helmet is a power armor helmet, and I'm going to fucking buy that. Like, I have to have this thing. It's going to be awesome.
You want a donation?
Yeah, right. So, yeah, I really, like, I was really skeptical about this because somebody had mentioned it was going to be online and stuff, but they're going to actually have it so you can play by yourself.
22 minutes.
So,
Wow.
yeah. It's sold out? Oh, my God. Damn it. I'm fucked.
They're more in stock now.
All right, good. So, yeah, I mean, after that, it was kind of like, now what do we talk about? So they went into their Elder Scrolls Blades. It's like, I kind of think this is one of those things where they're like,
it's like a swipe mobile.
We know you're waiting for an Elder Scrolls game, so here's this. But yeah, I mean, it looked promising. Right. It looked good. It's for mobile, but it's eventually going to hit consoles, PC, stuff like that.
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of. Well, I mean, I am now because I have a bigger phone, but still, like the whole swipe across whatever blade.
Well,
thing.
You're a fan of the game, but not mobile games so much.
I'm not a huge mobile game fan. If it is, it's going to be like Words with Friends or something like that. You know, it's
the thing I like about it is you can play it 100% in portrait mode like this. So rather than, like, if you're supposed to look busy.
Well, that's a lot easier than driving like this.
Yeah.
I mean, now I can drive like this and play a game.
What?
Yeah, well, that's the thing is, like, if you don't want to draw attention to the fact that you're playing a game going like this, you can always play it going like this, and no one will be the wiser.
Right.
So
right.
I like that. So yeah, it was kind of starting to take a downturn from there, and then they said that they wanted to show off what they've been working on for next generation. They talked about Starfield. It was just a quick little snippet. It showed like a little like a space station kind of thing, and it was like sweet. It looked incredible. Looked amazing. And then they said after that, so even farther into the next generation, they were going to show something else off. It goes into like this like bird's eye view.
Mm-hmm.
They're flying over top of this landscape and stuff like that. It looks fucking gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Mountains and fields and hills and rolling valleys and stuff like
castle.
that. And then, yeah, it was like a castle. And then Elder Scrolls 6, and I'm like, bam! Like, holy shit! But it sucks. I have to wait so damn long. You know?
It's going to be a while, I think.
And that right there, at that point, I was sure, 100% sure
That I was going to be paying
Sony
$5.
was, that you were going to be paying me $5. That Sony was going to show something off, but never happened. And that's how they wrapped up. That's how Bethesda wrapped up their press conference. So it was like, bing bang boom. Their layout was really good. They had a couple little slowdowns, with the whole Elder Scrolls Legends and stuff like that, and their Elder Scrolls Blades. I don't understand why things like that are actually at E3. Like it's supposed to be like a big, but whatever. I mean, it worked out good for them. So, I mean, I don't know. I wasn't as excited about it, but I might just check them out just because.
What about the Elder Scrolls Alexa thing? You think
That was a joke.
But I saw coverage of other people doing it, so it got me thinking, like, is that real or not?
No,
because other guys were just like...
Essentially, what they were making light of the fact that they've released Elder Scrolls V Skyrim on so many different things.
Well, I mean, know that.
They've got like the remaster, then they have the Switch version, then they have the VR version. It's like they were just kind of making light of the fact that everyone's just like, holy fuck, what else are you going to put Skyrim on? You know what I mean? So I thought it was really funny.
Griffin said it works.
Yeah.
Is that all you got for Bethesda?
Yeah, that's all I got.
So really quick,
Second place for me, by the way.
I want to mention because we haven't yet. Black Ops 3 was announced as a free game for PlayStation Plus members.
During that really weird intermission for PlayStation. What a strange intermission that was.
It was. And kind of transitioning back and forth here, I know. While speaking of free games, Trials Fusion is a free game.
Just saw that. I didn't know that.
They announced Trials Rising, Griffin.
During Ubisoft.
I didn't get much information on this game. I seen it. I watched a quick bit. Looks really good. Mm-hmm. It actually has me probably wanting to jump the gun on buying it.
Yeah. Did you happen to catch the end of their their trailers they showed?
Refresh my memory.
Oh, so the end of it was basically just this montage of all the different ways you can fuck up. In that game.
Yeah.
And it was hysterical. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, there were some brilliant ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked awesome though.
Yeah, I know that, Rise, but it just looks weird on the viewer's part. Anyways, Rise says it was an intermission because they had everyone walk from
first room,
second room, but it just looked weird from the home viewer's point of view. You know what I mean?
People had different opinions on what they did with the different rooms and the tents and blah blah blah. I think it was kind of cool, give them a chance to theme it out a little bit, but probably a pain in the ass if you were there. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I thought the tent idea was pretty good. It kind of fitted the first preview of PlayStation. Whenever you guys get to that, so
yeah.
I'm sure Griffin is going to be all about Trials Rising. That's going to be an awesome game.
It looked fun as hell. Like I never jumped into Trials Fusion. I might get the second one just because.
I just downloaded it today, as you seen when you showed up. Definitely going to check it out. I thought I bought it at one time. I don't know. It was like $15 or $10. I don't remember what the hell it was. Mm-hmm. We had a big conversation one night when we were playing online, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to go buy it." And I thought I did, and I didn't. But anyway, everybody in the chat, what is your favorite thing about E3? Favorite game? Yeah. What are you looking forward to most? Squeezed easy?
We haven't brought it up yet, so I don't even know if you want me to say.
You want to wait till we get to it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bring it up.
Spider-Man.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Why not?
I mean, come on. After watching that gameplay with all them guys, all the enemies at one time, I mean...
Even this guy's going to be a day one on that.
Absolutely. I'm a pre-order pretty soon.
Yeah, they announced, Electro, Rhino, Scorpion, Vulture, and Mr. Negative. Who do you think is the surprise guy? The surprise boss at the end?
Look, for me, it was like, okay, this looks like Sinister 6 coming out. And then, so if I was going off of that, I want to say it's going to be either Dr. Octopus or I want to say Mysterio because it's not like big enough. You know what
Somebody
I mean?
that had the technical know-how to help all those other guys build their outfits and stuff like that.
So it's probably going to be like Doc Ock.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
I want to say it's going to be Doc Ock. Which would be killer. Fucking killer.
Yeah. Or Green Goblin.
Yeah. So I wasn't really sure about them ending the show with Spider-Man, but then they showed what was there.
Yeah.
And then I understood why. So.
Yeah, I'm heartbroken for you, Griffin, actually. I know you were looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
All right, let's all cuddle time Griffin.
Sad face.
It's not FaceTime. It's
There was
cuddle
actually
time.
a lot of stuff that was missing from the show. I was really
Yeah,
excited
there
about,
was. There was, everybody anticipates something and they can't do it all. So I guess
Yeah.
Borderlands is where they cut the budget.
Yeah. So I'm going to give Sony a third place seating on this one, this E3 this year. Only because their like if I'm going based off of presentation, what they showcased and stuff like that and everything else, and technical difficulty. I didn't have any issues watching Microsoft, had no issues watching Bethesda. We kept having to jump streams on PlayStation for some stupid reason. It was a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Then their layout was really weird. I did not like the intermission.
It was actually. Now you says Splinter Cell was a big rumor.
Yeah, that was the thing too. I was
Oh.
really hoping to see
Damn,
Ubisoft come out and be
forgot
like,
about that.
"Oh yeah, guess who's back, bitches? Sam Fisher." So yeah, that was kind of a letdown. But yeah, I mean, PlayStation opened pretty strong with the Last of Us demo, a gameplay demo that no one thought was real for whatever fucking reason. It's like
that was
like-
so good.
it's Naughty Dog, guys. How can you possibly think that this isn't what they've been working on? They get better every single game that they release. How
That's
do you
true.
how can you even fathom that this isn't real?
Right.
For the whatever. But then they went into that goofy ass intermission. They had talked about they had showed like a trailer for Destiny 2 Forsaken DLC that I had missed because we were switching. Went back and watched it afterwards and went, holy fucking shit, blew my mind. A major character from the game ends up getting killed by somebody, and it's just like holy shit, like that sucks, So I'm really looking forward to the Forsaken DLC. And they kind of showed like what was it, like a Black Ops 4 little snippet or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then they announced that Black Ops 3 was a surprise PlayStation Plus free game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting that downloaded too. Might play some zombies with you if you're down, if you feel like carrying a guy. So, but yeah, I mean, as far as Last of Us 2
I'm
goes,
not a Black Ops 3 Zombies extraordinaire by any means.
Yeah.
Did you play that at all?
we bought it when it came out.
Mhm.
Two,
Okay, yeah,
whatever
okay.
years
I mean,
ago. For
it's just not.
Yeah.
It's really hard for me.
because you were big on Black Ops 2 zombies.
Black Ops 2 Black Ops 1 and 2 zombies. It's like it's the OG. Like it's really hard to beat. Black Ops 2, man, just the themes, the maps, the characters, just everything about it. The controls, the gameplay, everything was beautiful about Black Ops 2 to me. Black Ops 3, I don't even know what it was. It was just, it's like they just didn't put enough into it.
Yeah.
Where I'm hoping Black Ops 4 is going to be a big turnaround.
Probably one of those things where they just kind of settled in, but like, we can put anything out and fucking people will just jump
Right.
all over,
Right.
But,
So Black Ops 4 is where I'm hoping it's going to be at.
No.
They need to redo Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 2 though.
Yeah.
They do.
That'd be fucking killer.
They really do.
I'd play the hell out of those.
honestly, I haven't played any
Ops.
Modern Warfare.
I fucking loved Spec Ops and Modern Warfare, dude.
Yeah, me too.
My God.
Me too. I still have that game, I think.
No.
I'm pretty sure I do.
So once they finally rolled back into the actual press conference, they moved everybody over and got them going, stuff like that. They surprised the shit out of me with Ghost of Tsushima. Holy balls. That game is fucking gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Brutal ass gameplay. I mean, it's samurais.
Yeah.
It kind of like really just like in-depth and tactical game. Like it's like you have to be really good with like your blocks and strikes and stuff like that.
That is
It ju-
definitely.
but man, it was fucking gorgeous, dude. I cannot believe that this is being pumped out on not even just a PlayStation 4, but a PS4 Pro, that kind of thing, with the kind of technology that they have.
Right.
But yeah, they blew me away because I knew nothing about Ghost of Tsushima before the show. So, like, that game was absolutely astounding.
Yeah, I could definitely play that. I mean, like I said while we were watching, I was like, dude, sword fighting? Hell yeah. I'm a big sword fighting guy.
Because I remember, it kind of really brought back some memories of Bushido Blade for me. Did you ever play Bushido Blade?
Is that the? I'm thinking Dynasty Warrior. No, so I haven't.
I don't know if anyone played Bushido Blade way back on PlayStation or whatever, but it was like this kind of just this little simple whatever you go through and you beat an enemy type thing. But it was kind of like you progress through a basic story and go to a boss and kill him, stuff like that. But it was like you had to be really particular about how you struck the enemy and stuff like that, and ways you beat the enemy would unlock certain things for you.
Oh.
So it was really interesting. But like a good true blood samurai game. It was like really speaking to me, you know. So I think I'm going to be getting that one day one. So it was like, and then after showing that and blowing everyone's minds, they went into a teaser trailer for Remedy Entertainment's new game, Control.
Yeah.
Remedy, of course, known for like Alan Wake and Quantum Break and stuff like that for the Xbox 360 and Xbox One. Not a whole lot of love for those games from anybody outside of fervent fans of the Xbox consoles and stuff like that. So I'm curious to see what they do with this game, Control. I don't know. Like, I'm gonna have to keep my eye on it because they didn't really show anything that was like too groundbreaking, and it looked interesting, but we'll see what happens. So that was kind of like a premiere for them. And then as I have it noted right here, fucking Resident fucking Evil fucking 2 fucking remake.
He does. He said
but
that.
I've already gone on a tangent about that, so I'll spare everybody. But anyways, I'm really like that blew my mind right there. And then that Death Stranding. You watched the trailer for Death Stranding, right?
Mm-hmm.
So watching this trailer probably was just like, the hell am I watching?
Right.
You know what I mean? So this is like the fourth trailer I've seen of this game, and I am more confused every single time I do this. But they Hideo Kojima, the director, put out a blog post on the PlayStation blog talking about how, as he releases trailers, there are little snippets in there that are clues towards what's going on.
Right.
So he's actually counting on the people watching this and his really big fans to go through, find all the clues, and then piece them together as he releases information to learn what's going on in the big picture. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on behind the scenes where people are scouring and just going frame by frame in these trailers and figuring stuff out, and it's so interesting. It's so curious to me. Like, I don't have the time of the day to do that. I can't. There's no way.
Right.
I would get so far down the rabbit hole, I'd lose everything. So, like, I'm hoping that they come up with something interesting and curious because, like the trailer showed off, Norman Reedus' character, Sam, carrying a bunch of stuff, like carrying a bunch of packages. And sometimes he had...
It's a postman.
Yeah, sometimes he had, like, way too much stuff on his back, so he had, like, these little drones carrying stuff behind him. And at one point, he had a body wrapped up on his back.
Yeah.
And he was carrying that through the hills.
Mummified up and
Yeah, like, what is going on, you know? Then you have those invisible enemies. Then he plugs in the baby, and that baby helps him see all these fucking enemies. Like, what is happening here, dude? This is
Twisted.
Crazy, man.
Twisted.
So I love it, man. I'm like... I don't know what to expect from this game, and that excites me to no end.
Did not see that picture, guys.
Yeah, I didn't see that either. That's absolutely killer, though. Like, the thing about Hideo Kojima is when he brings people in, like, he's got, like, A-list actors that are working on his stuff. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's got Norman Reedus, Mads Mikkelsen, all sorts of people coming in and doing all this stuff. And not only do they come and work with him, but they become his friends, close friends. They talk to each other on a regular basis. They go have dinner together. They share everything together. So it's like this partnership that he has with people, like the director Guillermo del Toro. Like, they're good friends with each other and stuff like that. So it's like, it's absolutely astounding, and it shows how deeply connected these guys are for the sake of video games. And that's what I love so much about Hideo Kojima as a director, is he's able to bring these people in with his vision and really connect people on a gaming level. Because who knows if Mads Mikkelsen actually played video games or not, but now he's got this profound respect for video gaming as not just an art form, but a culture. You know what I mean? And he's totally engrossed in it now. It's absolutely insane how that connection has happened over time and stuff like that.
So here's the picture of those three smoking a
freaking love it, dude. That is so fucking awesome, man. It just sucks with Norman Reedus having all this stuff with with The Walking Dead and then Death Stranding. It's like, hey man, when are we gonna get a Boondock Saints 3?
Right?
Like, come on, man. Like, I feel like they're gonna have to kill his character off in The Walking Dead before they do a
Don't
Boondock
say that.
Saints.
Don't say anything like that.
So what else you got?
Well, after that they announced Neo 2, which I wasn't a huge supporter of Neo. I played the demo. It was way too difficult for me. I couldn't devote time to it. Apparently, it was popular enough that they announced a sequel to it, which is great for them. I mean, hell yes. Yep. I love seeing sequels to games that are kind of like have like a niche following and stuff like that. So good for them. And then they went to that extended Spider-Man gameplay, and I was mind blown,
before
man. That I decided was a day one purchase.
Before that, they did the Kingdom Hearts.
Well, yeah. I figured you were going to touch on that for Square Enix, though.
Whoa. Enough Walking Dead talk. I quit watching a couple seasons ago.
Oh, we could. My bad.
I want to catch up.
I didn't know you had that going. Sorry.
Motherfucker. Now he was banned. Griffin, moderate that bitch.
Moderate the moderator.
It hasn't happened yet, Nate.
It's just rumor.
There's been rumors about
We're fighting Rise.
Andrew Lincoln next season.
I'm not watching or paying attention to anything.
Sorry.
So yes,
anyway.
Of course they showed off Kingdom Hearts. Sorry, I'm not a huge fan. That's why I skipped over it. But if you want, go into it.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm not a huge fan. I'm playing them. I have the remakes at home where it's got like 1 and 2 and all the Game Boy games in between or whatever. Yeah. But this one looks like when they did the Pirates of the Caribbean version. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, is this like an adult? You know what I mean? Like it had an adult feel to it.
Yeah,
but
like
then
when I saw that part, I was curious because I had seen the Kingdom Hearts trailers from previous press conferences, and it was like that cartoony Disney-ish look and stuff like that.
Right.
Then I saw at the PlayStation, and it was more realistic.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, did they get a better version? But then it showed them going back and going to the more Disney-esque version of everything.
I think it's going to be great because, well, besides Frozen, I mean, they're bringing it to so many other, Disney aspects like they haven't before.
There's like Frozen or whatever.
Yeah,
it's taking part in stuff like that.
There's Monsters Inc. and I think Incredibles.
Let it go. Let it go.
Easy, Elsa. No, Rise. Generally, I don't watch things current or real time except for like maybe one show, and that's The Deadliest Catch. I watch that as much as I can, but a lot of shows I like to just stop watching for a few seasons, and then come wintertime when I have nothing else to do, couch days, man, I just binge. So that's kind of what I do. I stopped Walking Dead after, I believe, season 5.
Well, you got a lot of binging to do.
Well, I've got other binging to do before that of other of other shows and stuff. So that's what I do.
I'm saying if you don't want spoilers about that one, like on Facebook,
just shut your whore mouth.
I won't do it, but there's random
You're
Facebook
uninvited.
stuff going all the time about Walking Dead. That's like one of the most popular.
I'm editing you out of the live stream.
Going back to Kingdom Hearts, do you know a lot about all the releases that have happened over the years? Because they have like the 1.5 and the remix and all that stuff.
Those are the two that I have.
Okay, everything that they announced as being exclusive to PlayStation, where you can get them all in one bundle. Okay, does that include everything except for one?
That includes. You're talking about a new, like that's going to include the third one?
When they do Kingdom Hearts 3, they're doing a collection of all of them together.
That I don't know.
Okay.
Because, like, the collection that I have now, like I said, it has 1.5, 2.5, plus all the Game Boy games in between. So it's like 6 games in one thing, and it was like only $40. And I was like, yeah, I'll play it all.
Yeah, because watching the trailer for it, there was a lot going on. It looks really in depth. I always thought it was like this little cutesy type kiddie game thing that was just whatever, But it looks like it's an actual it's a deep game.
It is. It's a challenge,
man. A lot
man.
going on. It's super fast paced and stuff like that. So I might just actually jump into it. But my biggest problem with it is I'm so far gone in the series. I haven't touched any of it.
I would think it'd be worth it to get what's out now because it's for PS4, and then whenever this comes out.
Well, that's the thing is like the collection that's coming out when Kingdom Hearts 3 releases includes everything from like 1.5 on.
Oh, well
in
then
the collection. So should I get that?
1.5 is the original, but it's like beefed up to.
Okay, so I won't have to worry about the first
game
at all.
No. That's not like a in between.
That's what I'm wondering. Okay.
No, it's just like, hey, it's remastered, so let's just call it 1.5 or whatever.
Yeah, and that collection is be exclusive to PlayStation too. So PlayStation.
That's all, folks.
So yeah, do you want to talk more about Spider-Man, Squiz?
Sure.
All right, moving on.
Oh my goodness. There's on the pre-order. There's what do you get? You get 3 outfits. You get some kind of drone, and you get some kind of cash, whatever, spider bucks or whatever. But only 2 of the outfits are revealed. And I was just wondering what everybody thinks the third outfit's going to be because it's like question mark.
What are the 2?
The Iron Spider.
Iron Spider is one I'm excited about.
Yeah, me too. And I think the other one's the Charlotte Spider. With the
Charlotte
jacket and whatever.
Yeah.
I think the third one is going to be like the symbiote because that's like one of my favorite.
You think so?
I think so.
I mean, what
other famous?
It could be like a super. It could be a super retro thing. I mean, they could go completely retro all the way back to square one and do that.
Yeah, but that's not fun.
Well, for fans of the comics, it is.
I'm not a fan of the comics.
Apparently not.
Wow. I gotta go home.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they could just do something from the square one, like the day one Spider-Man.
I guess they could. You mean like his wrestling outfit with the cheesy mask?
When he became like he got the official outfit or whatever.
Oh,
like your basic your blue and red or whatever. So.
Could. I don't know. I don't know what else is more popular than the black symbiote suit, but
Iron Spider suit's gonna be killer.
It does look pretty good.
Yeah.
It does look good.
So yeah, that pretty much capped off the PlayStation presser. They did talk about actually the one thing I don't know if anyone has been following this, but a while ago they had 2 years ago they announced Dreams.
No idea.
You have no idea what that is?
No.
All right. Well, essentially what it is you can create pretty much anything you want. It's from the developers of Little Big Planet. You guys are familiar with all that stuff. How you can create your whatever create play shirt whatever. I don't remember exactly what the slogan was, but they came out with this thing that was called Dreams, and you could basically do anything you wanted. You could make any type of like video or picture or painting or something like that, you know what I mean? But it's been like they've been deadly silent on it for years, and no one's had any clue what's been happening with the whole thing. So we were watching the press conference the other day, and between all the trailers and stuff like that, they would have that goofy little thing on the little video of all like the little creatures and like the guy playing the piano and stuff like that. It looks so familiar, and it took me like maybe a half hour, 45 minutes to be like, I'm pretty sure that's from Dreams. And it was actually. They announced it after the whole press conference that all those little like intermission things were done in the game Dreams. So it still exists and it's going to come out. But essentially, just think of like anything you can dream of, you can make it with this stuff. You can do whatever the hell you want. So it's going to give creators a huge, outlet for being able to make this content for however purpose they see fit, that kind of thing. So
that sounds interesting. However, I'm not that creative, so
No, you're not.
I'm not.
Well, that was the biggest thing. Is like they announced it, and it was like, holy shit, this is gonna be awesome, and then they didn't do anything with it. It's like that should have been in the hands of people years ago, because we're getting to the end of the life cycle for the PlayStation 4.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you're going to give this to people at the end of the life cycle to create stuff for 8 months before they move on? Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with that. So
8 months. That's a bold prediction.
Yeah. I'll get more into that.
I've been waiting for it.
Shortly. So, yeah, Dreams is. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not that creative, but I'm going to dabble in it and see what I can do.
No, you're an idiot.
That's
All
not,
right.
That's not very nice.
I'm just kidding. We all love cuddle time. So in closing, favorite game that was announced at E3.
Resident Evil 2.
Favorite game that was announced at E3.
Dying Light 2.
Nice. Division 2 for me. Yeah, I think it's going to be a solid fucking game, man.
Yeah.
All of these games. All of them. I'm looking forward to all of them, actually. So, of course, Division 2 I'm going to be very hyped about. Yeah, I look forward to long nights of, Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed our extended edition.
We're not done. We are not done.
What's another
I gotta
10
be
minutes?
done.
What's that? I've got a little tidbit of information for everybody. That goes along with the PlayStation 5. This further solidifies
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
my opinion that the PlayStation 5 is going to release in 2019. Okay. So starting off first, everybody knows AMD, everybody knows NVIDIA, that, has a computer and stuff like that, knows what they bring to the table. AMD not only builds CPUs, they also build GPUs for PCs and stuff like that. Discrete GPUs, you put in a CPU, you put in a GPU, and you're playing games, blah, 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 blah. They all have roadmaps to what they're releasing in so many years. NVIDIA has whatever coming out after Pascal and stuff like that, all sorts of stuff. They've already talked about everything. But the one we're focused on is AMD because the current generation, the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, have AMD components in them. They have an AMD CPU and an AMD GPU system on a chip where essentially they put everything together on the same little board, same little chip, so everything can talk to each other faster, and that's what the developers use to make the awesome shit that we play every day. On AMD's roadmap is, they had the Vega GPU for consumers. Then they had the Vega refresh, which was going to be happening, where they kind of reduce the size of the chip and power consumption, all that stuff. After Vega was Navi. They announced this fucking forever ago. Navi was going to be the next generation GPU architecture for their discrete option for PC enthusiasts, stuff like that. Turns out, according to a bunch of sources, including Forbes, by the way, so that's big. If Forbes is talking about it, then we can take this, obviously take this with a huge grain of salt. But if Forbes is talking about it, there's a good chance this is going to happen, or this has happened or whatever. But it turns out that Navi on AMD's official roadmap was made specifically for the PlayStation 5. Sony approached them, told them this is what we need for our next generation architecture. It's got to do this, this, and this. And AMD allocated 2/3 of their engineering department to making Navi for the PlayStation 5 and also for their PC consumers. Now, this speaks volumes for how serious Sony is about their next generation hardware. They're going to come out of the gate with something super fucking solid, completely optimized for their system. This thing, if this is true, this was built for the PlayStation 5. Then that gives the developers all sorts of headroom to do whatever they want. And that's not just Sony saying, hey, can you guys build this for us? That's Sony potentially working with them to help build and optimize this actual GPU for the consumer market on like as a whole. So what that says to me is that Sony is so heavily invested in this that there's a chance that competitors won't get it. Microsoft might not get the Navi GPU for their next console. So that would leave them with Vega, which is a step behind Navi, and Navi is a generation ahead. So that's going to be huge. Or Sony could market it or could allow them to sell it to other, companies like Microsoft and make a profit off that also. So if they're helping develop this thing, that's massive.
Yeah, for sure.
That is crazy, dude. So expect great things. If there's going to be an AMD Ryzen Plus processor in this thing with a Navi GPU built for the PlayStation 5 and their developers, that's going to be fucking bonkers, dude. Absolutely bonkers. And I'm curious to see exactly how it unfolds. If Microsoft, when they roll out their next generation Xboxes, if they have Navi in them, or if they're just basically a Ryzen. Because at this point, they have to keep with AMD if they want to maintain backwards compatibility.
Right.
So they have to go with AMD. Their only option is a Vega GPU. And this is huge for the industry. This is finally a console gaming company saying to a big manufacturer, you need to produce this for us. I mean, you look at all they had to do was go in and be like, this is our stable of developers. This is what they do with your current technology. Imagine what they could do with your future technology. And imagine having your name on that. You know? So AMD was probably just chomping at the bit to get involved in that. And this could turn out to be some of the best looking stuff we have ever seen. The biggest generational leap we've ever seen in gaming to date.
Yep.
So, but like I said,
It's exciting.
take it with a huge grain of salt. It could turn out to be completely false. AMD has not said anything otherwise, but this is a big deal
I'm still saying 2020 PS4.
for console gaming. Navi is supposed to be releasing to consumers towards the end of 2019. So, and it's actually ready. According to AMD, Navi has been ready for a while now. They're just holding on to it. They're optimizing the shit out of it. Navi is ready for consumer release. They're not going to hold it until 2020. There's no way.
Well, yeah, if they already got it ready to go, then
2019 fall, guaranteed. PlayStation 5.
what about holiday?
We'll find out.
You don't think holiday?
Nope, fall. They got to get units on the shelves in time for people to get the initial inrush out,
Yep.
and then to restock for the
Christmas.
holidays.
Layaway.
Yep. So fall 2019 PlayStation 5 fucking $5 bet.
That all you got? You done? You fucking done?
I'm finally done.
Okay. You done?
Yeah.
Everybody, it's been a pleasure doing business with you.
Yeah.
Thank you for the $5.
Yeah, fuck you.
Now we got to pay Tony $20 for being on the show.
Right.
Everybody, hope you enjoyed our hour and a half episode, mostly consisting of E3 or AE. As
Yeah.
Tony called. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. Again, squeeze easy.
Thanks for having me.
Rusty Sheriff's Badge.
I love you all.
He is a lot more handsome than I.
Yeah.
And myself, Tech Nate. Thanks for watching Insert Podcast here. Season 2, Episode 9.